Hello there and welcome to today's lesson in the marketing course. Today's lesson is what is PPC? So PPC, pay-per-click. This could also be called Google AdWords. PPC is kind of the shortened kind of technical term for it, and because that's how you pay for it, it's a pay-per-click campaign. Today what we're going to do is we are going to explain in a deeper level what PPC is and show you on a very, very basic level how to research the price and how to research if it's good enough for you to run on your campaigns, and if so, how to start to set up a campaign. As always, start with introducing myself. For those that do not know me, my name is Christopher Clowes. I am an award-winning author. I'm commercial director of the UK's only risk-free marketing agency. We're risk-free because if it doesn't work, we give you your money back. We're the only company in the UK that I know that does that. I'm a keynote speaker in business marketing and mindset, and I'm accredited by Google to run campaigns such as search engine optimization and Google AdWords PPC. I have helped over 1,400 small to medium-sized businesses increase their growth through marketing, sales, finance, and also mindset training. As well as the 1,400 small to medium-sized businesses, I've worked with some of the big powerhouses as well. So here's just a few snippets of those. And if you ever want to get in contact with us or me directly, please do email us, team@hcmediagroup.co.uk. That is team@hcmediagroup.co.uk. Anyway, enough about me, straight into the content. And so, Google offers two ways to drive traffic from a search engine. The first is organic, which is deemed free in Google's eyes because you don't have to pay Google for it. That is search engine optimization, which we've looked at another element of this course. So it is free unless you pay for someone's time to be able to do it for you. Organic is absolutely superb, and you should always start with organic. If your organic SEO is on point, actually it makes your paid side a bit cheaper as well. On the right hand side we have paid, which is Google AdWords or PPC, and this is ultimately where we pay to get at the top of Google. So if someone makes a search, then then your website comes up straight away. So there's two sides, organic and then paid. Now, with paid, there is basically three elements that makes this work. The first element is the searcher. So the searcher is the customer. It's the customer to Google, and it's also your future customer, hopefully, if you win the business. So this is somebody that sits down at their desktop or on their phone and searches a keyword or a phrase. As an example, here we've got cheap car insurance. So someone searches cheap car insurance, and in the back end of Google, there's an advertiser. So this advertiser will pay Google for the customer to go onto their website. So how this works is it comes through as kind of a bit of an auction bid. The more people that are bidding on that keyword, the more expensive it is going to be. So here we can see that the bid is £1.50 and the keyword is cheap car insurance. What this means is, as an advertiser, so if you're the person selling the insurance, for every person that clicks on that link to go onto your website, you are going to pay Google £1.50 for the success of that. It makes sense. There's my Google phone going off because I keep saying the word Google too much. Let me just turn that off. So the third element is Google itself. So you have now made sure that you have the term cheap car insurance in the back end of the Google AdWords. Now we can see that Google will show that to the consumer. What you tend to see is that the top 3 listings on Google, when you search something, it says a little ad in front of the URL. So Go Compare, Confused.com and MoneySupermarket.com, the usual suspects that you would expect to find if you searched cheap car insurance. But what people do not know is, because they've got the little ads there next to it, we have actually paid, or those companies have actually paid for that advertising space as such. So sometimes it's not the best deal. Sometimes, it's a quick route to market. Now, I always say that organic SEO is like buying a mortgage. It is longer term. It is a bit pricier at the beginning, but as you kind of go, you're offering more value and it becomes cheaper. Google AdWords is the other way around. This is like renting a house. As soon as you stop paying for those clicks, you're not found on Google whatsoever, and it can be quite expensive. So we do need to watch out for that in the future. So there's a few different things that are going to justify the price of that bid. So if we go back to here, we can see the keywords cheap car insurance, the bid is £1.50. Now that price goes up and down depending on a few different things. So the first one is your maximum bid, obviously what you will go up to. How profitable is that for you? So as an example, you need to look into the price of your product that you're selling. Now, if you're selling a mortgage and you're going to make 10 grand out of it, great, then you can spend up to £200-300 a click. But if you're selling a pen or something like that, then obviously you haven't got that budget to be able to play with, so it needs to be a lot cheaper. The second is the landing page experience. Okay, so now what we've got to remember is that Google is just a librarian, and they want to give good experiences to the consumer, and they are not going to put your advert out if you offer a very poor customer journey. So you need to make sure that your website is on point. If your website is on point and Google looks at it and goes, do you know what? I think this is going to convert quite highly, because they've really thought about the offering and they've really thought about trying to give that customer as much value as they can. Actually, what you'll end up doing is paying less on the bid, which is the cost per click. The third element is the ad copy relevance. So we have been working with a campaign just recently. We're just changing it up right now. And they were doing 50% off their product. And that was brilliant. So all the ads said 50% off, 50% off, 50% off, 50% off. People clicked it and went onto the landing page where it did not say anything to do with the discount. This means that there was a drop in conversions, because people go, well, I was expecting 50% off. Where is that? The ad says it, but the landing page doesn't. So Google actually can tell that, and you will have a higher cost per click, because again, you're just not offering value to your, to the customers. And finally, we have the click-through rate. Okay, so if lots of people are clicking and lots of people are converting, Google say, okay, this is a really good campaign. We're going to lower the cost per click for you, because we can see that it offers real value to the customer. If it's a really low click-through rate, people aren't clicking on it, seeing the ad but not clicking on it, Google really doesn't want you there. So it's going to put the price up for you and kind of push you out kind of that way. So in a nutshell, with that, obviously maximum bid to a side, it is all about making sure that your advert and your customer journey gives value to the consumer. Now, if you're doing ads that do not make sense or doesn't give enough value, or just click here, buy now, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Very much the same in kind of social media ads and things like that. You need to give your customer a reason to click. You need to give them a reason to follow through with what you're doing. So you still need your hook. You still need the right customer journey, and you need to make sure that your website is on point. That is the critical element here. Your website is absolutely on point. So there are 3 different types of adverts that you can get. So you've got search, which is kind of what we've been talking about. You've got display, and you have got video. Now, a lot of people don't know that there is a company that owns YouTube. Have a think if you can guess who it is. If you have guessed Google, you are absolutely right. Google owns YouTube, so anything you do on YouTube really does help your Google rankings as well. And so there's 3 types of ads. You've got search, display, and video. As we go through the next few slides, I'm going to show you the difference of what they are, and kind of explain some kind of features and benefits of those as well. So the first is a search ad. Okay, so this is your normal Google. You Google how to lose weight, and boom, straight at the top, Noom.com. They have an advert there. It's a text-based advert that says this is exactly what we do. The good thing about this is that there's lots of information. You can put your hook here. You can really make sure that everything is kind of there, that your calls to actions are there and things like that, so people can get a really good understanding. I feel that text-based ads are a good way to go if you've got the budget, because you're going to get a good element of click-through and conversion from those. Secondly, we have display ads. Now, I am sure that you have seen these absolutely everywhere, and in some cases, especially if you go on local Gazette websites or local news websites, they just pop up everywhere because they just want to make money, and they are really bloody annoying. But they can work incredibly well if you place them in the right places. So display ads are where you can rent some retailer space on other people's websites and place your designed adverts in those spaces. Now, this can work very well for branding, because a lot of people might not think that the advert is a actual advert. It might, people might think that you're just there to been sponsored that page or something like that, if you get your ads right. So remember here, you're paying on a pay per click basis. So if someone clicks on this advert and goes to your website, then you are paying. If people do not click, you're getting that ad space for free. So you need to balance out with your design here. This is a trick that is learnt across the trade. Balance out your design here so you've got a lot of branding elements as well as the click-through element. Lastly, we have got video ads. Obviously, this is the adverts that are on the front of YouTube videos, on the back of YouTube, in the middle, and things like that. These work incredibly well as long as you get the right balance. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your advert is on the right video. You don't want a marketing advert being on how to plumb a washing machine in, because it just makes no sense. So they're the 3 types of ads that you can do, that you can put a bid on. So you've got the search ads, you've got the video ads, and you've got the display ads there as well. They're all set up in exactly the same place, and they all work incredibly well. So here are some benefits of Google Ads. So you get immediate results. it is pretty much as soon as you turn it on, you will, if you're into lead generation, you turn it on, you will straight away, you will start to get leads. It's easier to convert into sales. People are they're in the buying process when they go into Google. Google is the most converting channel out there. People are in the buying process when they go onto Google. They want that product. They want that product now. So if you can capture them, that is absolutely superb. It's tailored and precise, so you can turn around a campaign and say, do you know what? I only want to target people in Essex at 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, and I want to target this. And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you have the right people on your at your website at the right time. Now, I looked after a campaign a couple of years ago, and they sold mobility scooters. It was a fun campaign, I must say. And part of that was, obviously the term scooter. And what we used to see, there was a spike in traffic between 10 o'clock at night and 2 o'clock in the morning, but none of this ever converted. So when we dug deeper, it was young lads looking for a scooter, 17 years old, wants to get a scooter while he's taking his driving lessons. Obviously, it's not a mobility scooter. So we just turn the ads off between those times. You don't waste a click budget then, and you're not getting that useless traffic. Remarketing is a huge benefit as well. So if someone comes onto your website and clicks, you can chase them through Google for as long as you like, to say, look, come back to my website. I've seen you on here, and that works incredibly well. It's very measurable, incredibly measurable. You can measure every single piece of traffic that comes through your website, and you can track all conversions, so calls, forms, button clicks, absolutely everything. And Google favors the ads. Google loves you. If you do PPC, Google loves you because you're making them money. So if you're making them money, they love you. So what's the cost? And what's the cost to you? That's the most important thing. So we need to start with by logging into a Google Ads platform. If you haven't got one, just watch this. At the end, we're going to give you a bit of a nudge to go off and create your own Google Ads account. So first steps, you go to ads.google.com. You sign in and click new Google Ads account. Very, very easy. Then you talk about what your main advertising goal is. Do you want to get more calls? Do you want more website sign-ups or get more visits? Okay. Now you can here switch to expert mode, which is what we highly suggest. Here you can then also talk about different campaigns if you want to sales, leads, website traffic. But at the moment, we're just trying to look at the cost of certain keywords, the cost of certain bids. So at the bottom of that says create an account without a campaign. Do this first. You can create campaigns later if you want to go ahead. Then we go into the keyword research element. So to do some keyword research, here you can see the main page. Click up here where it says tools and settings, and then click on the discover new keywords element. Here we can now start typing in keywords. Now, as you can tell, we live in Colchester, so this is quite prominent for what we're doing at the moment. So you can start typing into Google, discover new keywords, start saying what keywords that you think that you'd be good with. It then comes up with this once you've pressed enter, and it will tell you the price here on the right hand side. These are mainly for text ads, so the price there per click and what the competition score is with those. So We need to try that, have a look at those keywords and see, have a log into your campaign and see what keywords and what the price is per click, remember. So this is only for somebody to visit your website from Google. This is not for somebody to submit their details. This is just for them to visit your website. Superb. And now it's best to set up a campaign. So you just go back in and go through that process again and have a ad copy there. Now, our task for you today is to go in and create yourself a Google Ads account and have a play around. We do live coaching on this, so if you are interested in that, please do email us at team@hcmediagroup.co.uk. For anything to do with Google AdWords, please do get in contact. We run Google Ads, we do websites, we absolutely build everything out for you. So if this is an interest, please do get in touch.